So quite often when we talk about accent, we're not really talking about accent when we're talking about how do we get ourselves understood and sounding like native French speakers, because accents are what you find all the way around the country and they don't actually necessarily change how well you understand something. What we're really talking about is pronunciation of the sounds, but along with that, we're thinking about intonation, rhythm, what do we accentuate? All of these things are important in expressing the meaning and keeping the interest going as well. So let's have a look. We're going to look at some of these things about intonation, rhythm and accentuation today. So en français, on parle par groupe de mots. So in French, we talk in groups of words, and same in English, probably all languages, I suspect. On respire seulement à la fin d'une idée. So we only breathe at the end of an idea. So, you know, when children read text, they don't breathe in the right places, do they? So we learn to breathe at the ends of ideas, and that's how we express meaning. Le groupe de mots s'appelle groupe rythmique ou mots phonétiques. So they're called rhythmic groups or phonetic words. Il compte en moyenne 3 syllabes, and that's useful to know. So then, on average, they're about 3 syllables long. So that's worth knowing because some words actually are more than 3 syllables long. Okay, so le rythme du français est très régulier. This is very true. So French rhythm, in terms of the syllables, how they're said, is extremely regular, much more so than in English. So in English, we can say extraordinary. We can stretch a syllable as we like. We can stretch it out and we can stretch it up if we like. Can't do that in French. If you're going to stretch one syllable, you have to stretch them all. They're all going to be exactly the same, regular, and they all get the same amount of attention and pronunciation. They're all the same length. And here it says, une seule syllabe est remarquable. So just one syllable is remarkable, i.e. you can notice every single syllable. La dernière, car elle est plus longue et se place avant une pause. So the last one is the most remarkable because it's the longest and it pushes itself in front of a pause, a breath. On l'appelle syllabe forte. So the strong syllable. Now, notice it's the syllable in front of a breath. Now, in a sentence, you might find that you take several breaths. So it's not necessarily the end of the sentence. It can happen inside the sentence. Let's have a look here. So what they've got is they've got ti, 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 ta. So they're saying that this last syllable is getting a little bit more emphasis, accentuation. So you can sort of like go ti, 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 ta. You know, that's the difference in the rhythm. Let's just hear that.
Intéressant.
Okay, let me do that again. You might want to tap it if you want to.
Intéressant.
You can hear the son, yeah, intéressant. Okay, let's have another example, same idea.
Le cinéma.
Yeah, so this for them, you've got the capital there to help us.
Le cinéma.
The ma, yeah, we got it, le cinéma. Très bien. Okay, we're going to do a couple of exercises around this. Excuse me. Right, first of all, we're going to listen to someone speak and then we're going to break it down into intonation, rhythm and accentuation.
Tu fais quoi toi Emma ce soir?
Je vais soit rentrer chez moi, soit aller m'entraîner, soit sortir. En fait, je sais pas encore. Ça dépend de ma fatigue et si je pue trop la friture. Ce qui pour l'instant est le cas.
All right, don't worry if you didn't follow it. You will do. Okay, don't worry about that for a minute. All right, so we're going to say, well, what's the strong syllable in these, what we're going to hear here, okay? So where do you think the emphasis is on there?
Tu fais. Tu fais.
So would you agree with me on that? Yeah, tu fais. And try doing that. Tu fais. Tu fais. All right, next one.
Tu fais quoi? Tu fais quoi?
Okay.
Tu fais quoi ce soir? Tu fais quoi ce soir?
Je sais.
Let's just hear those again then. See if you can really notice that emphasis.
Tu fais. Tu fais quoi?
Tu fais quoi ce soir?
Je sais.
Je sais pas.
Oh, sorry. Didn't notice that one there.
Je sais pas.
Okay, let's listen to this again. See if you can pick out more of what's being said.
Tu fais quoi toi Emma ce soir?
Je vais soit rentrer chez moi, soit aller m'entraîner, soit sortir. En fait, je sais pas encore. Ça dépend de ma fatigue et si je pue trop la friture. Ce qui pour l'instant est le cas.
Okay, let's go to the next one. So, écoutez et sélectionnez là où les syllabes fortes, pardon, c'est la plus longue. So same thing again, and see if you can notice which ones they are. So is it going to be the first, second, third, or fourth syllable of these? Okay,
Sortir.
so it's in one word.
Sortir.
What do you think it is?
Sortir.
Okay, the next one.
Je sors. Je sors.
Right, next one.
Ce soir, je sors.
What would that be?
Ce soir, je sors.
Okay,
J'aime sortir. J'aime sortir. Sortir ce soir.
okay, let's do that again. Now you know which syllable to listen out for.
Sortir. Je sors. Ce soir, je sors.
Okay, good.
J'aime sortir. Sortir ce soir.
Okay. Right, what are we doing this time? So we're going to listen to the syllables and click on the syllable which is pronounced in the strongest way.
Ça dépend.
Okay, what do you think that would be?
Ça dépend. De ma fatigue. De ma fatigue. Et si je pue trop? Et si je pue trop? La friture. La friture. Parce que pour l'instant, c'est le cas.
Right, let's have a read again. Let's hear those again.
Ça dépend
So that depends
de ma fatigue.
on how tired I am.
Et si je pue trop?
And if I smell too much
La friture.
of chips or frying,
Parce que pour l'instant,
because for the moment,
c'est le cas.
it's the case. Okay. Let's listen to the conversation again. See if you can catch a little bit more.
Tu fais quoi toi Emma ce soir?
Je vais soit rentrer chez moi, soit aller m'entraîner, soit sortir. En fait, je sais pas encore. Ça dépend de ma fatigue et si je pue trop la friture. Ce qui pour l'instant est le cas.
Right, and now let's watch it again with the transcript.
Tu fais quoi toi Emma ce soir?
Je vais soit rentrer chez moi, soit aller m'entraîner, soit sortir. En fait, je sais pas encore. Ça dépend de ma fatigue et si je pue trop la friture. Ce qui pour l'instant est le cas.
Okay, one more time.
Tu fais quoi toi Emma ce soir?
Je vais soit rentrer chez moi, soit aller m'entraîner, soit sortir. En fait, je sais pas encore. Ça dépend de ma fatigue et si je pue trop la friture. Ce qui pour l'instant est le cas.
Okay, so what are you doing to Emma to this evening? I'm going to either go home to mine, either go to the gym, m'entraîner, do some exercise, or go out. In fact, I don't know yet. It all depends on how tired I am and if I smell too much of chips. Because for the moment, that's the case. Voilà, très bien, très bien. All right, let's just go back then. Now we've heard that and we can feel it. We've heard it in the whole piece. Let's go back and see if we can hear this much more clearly now. Okay,
Tu fais.
and have a go at saying. So the reason why it's tu fais and that gets the emphasis is because there's nothing after it. But once you got another word after it, it changes the emphasis. Okay, and that's two syllables, isn't it? So we said the groups of syllables would be threes. It's unlikely that the fourth is going to be emphasized because that would be part of a new group. Let's just see if that works then. So this one I think you know. Okay.
Tu fais quoi?
So the new one becomes quoi because it's the last point in there. And it's the third syllable, isn't it? Tu fais quoi? Okay. Now here we've got tu fais quoi ce soir? So we've got 5 syllables there. Okay, so what happens?
Tu fais quoi ce soir?
We've got 2, haven't we? So the first one would be the third syllable there. Tu fais quoi? That makes sense, doesn't it? We've only got 2 more, so there'd be the last one. Ce soir. Tu fais quoi ce soir? See if you can get that rhythm. Those 2 words getting a little bit extra emphasis. Tu fais quoi? Tu fais, sorry, pardon. Tu fais quoi ce soir? Okay, obviously this is only 2, so we know that it's going to be that. We don't even have to hear it. We know it's going to be that.
Je sais.
And we know, because that's the third syllable, we hear it anyway.
Je sais pas.
It's going to be pas. Très bien. So useful thing to remember, the rhythm is important. Accentuating is important because it's how people understand you. But also the other reason it's important is because if you get into the rhythm, you're going to understand more easily as well. Because you'll be listening out for those rhythmic groups and you'll know that, oh, that's one end, that's the end of one idea and the start of the next. Bon, merci beaucoup d'être là. Je l'apprécie énormément. Et puis, à bientôt. Alors, merci. Au revoir. Au revoir.